Well, good morning, everybody. I am here with Brother Bill Robinson. He is the station manager for WCZZ, Rejoice 1090 AM. Brother Bill, let's start with the your title, Brother. Where did that come from? What does that mean to you? What should people know about you when they refer to you as Brother Bill?
Well, let's make a correction. I'm the former station manager of Rejoice 1090 when it was Rejoice 1090.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was former. I'm former station manager. Now I'm just serving. That's all I'm doing. But brother is a phrase that is used scripture-wise, the Bible, and even going back as far as in my childhood, it was a camaraderie between people as being classified as your brother or your sister. It was a feeling of family. I am my brother's keeper. So it just, when I started at Rejoice 1090, because of that time, the religious perspective of it, that's how I came up with brother. I've been other names besides Brother Bill, but that's, and it just have stayed with me since all that time.
Right. Were you always a resident of Greenwood? Is this your native town?
No, where shows.
Ah, that's not too
Yeah,
far away
where.
though. So you've been a local boy all your life.
Yeah, I moved to Greenville back in the late 70s. I worked at a radio station there, and I worked in Greenville at this big station there for about 5 years, and I left there and I moved to Lawrence, South Carolina. I worked at the radio station there for about 8 or 9. And then I came back home and been at different stations. I've been at Z93 in Abbeville, WHPB, formerly WHPB in Belton. I've been around quite a good bit. A lot of experience, a lot of things that I saw and learned from my travels, even though it was close by.
How long have you been working in the radio business?
Off and on about 40 years, Bill.
40 years. No
Yeah,
kidding.
off and on.
My
Yeah.
goodness. You must have seen some technological changes during that time. What are some of the
Oh,
biggest
yes,
differences
yes,
today?
yes, yes, yes. And I didn't like them, but now, it's like anything else. Everything must change and nothing stays the same.
Yeah, I did college radio back in the late 80s. And I was still setting up turntables with the record player and
Yeah,
getting the
yeah.
needle right and timing things. Now I
Uh,
walked into your station a couple of months back and it's just you and a laptop. Laptop
yeah,
does everything.
yeah. Cart machines and all
Hmm.
of that, Yeah, yeah. Trying not to record on a cart machine and making sure you don't hit the splice, because
Right.
it would cause hitting a speed bump in the road, you know.
Well,
So
let's talk
yeah,
about
yeah.
1090 a little bit more. What's your current format and schedule? If somebody
Well,
doesn't know 1090, what can they expect if they tuned in?
okay, R&B classics from the some from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. It's called Magic 102.7 FM and 1090 AM.
So are they simulcast? It's the same broadcast,
Yeah,
whether it's AM or
yeah,
FM? Okay.
yeah, yeah.
What are the
The
demographics you target with those stations?
uh, demographics are anyone who loves the old music. Uh, Primarily, though, we try to reach the African American community, but music transcends, in my opinion, transcends racial demographics to me. I can listen to country. I can listen to used to be called top 40, adult contemporary. If it's good music, I can listen to it and we'll take it in.
Now, do you curate the music or do you do any of the programming? What is your role today with the stations?
I do the programming for the Sunday Gospel, which is on from 6 a.m. until 12 midnight each and every Sunday.
And are you up during that entire time frame? You're up at the crack of dawn and don't go to bed till after midnight on Sundays?
Well, no, I'll be so tired. I get out of there about 8:15, and then I'm home and I eat, and then I'm in the bed.
Very good. I had the pleasure of visiting your station on Michael Gaskin's show.
Yeah.
He and I had a Q&A a couple of months back, and it was just fun to see you work. It's, you can tell you had 4 decades of experience. You're doing it with your eyes closed nowadays.
Oh,
that was really
thank
good
you,
to see.
but yeah.
I found probably most interesting was a conversation I had with you afterwards about advertising during your programs there on the Sundays. And I think I had a misconception that advertising on the radio was something that was, only rich people or corporations could do it. It was extremely expensive to do, but I found that wasn't the case. Give me a quick run through if somebody wanted to get a spot in the radio or to help try to get their message out for their business or cause. What would they need to know?
Well, advertising, in my definition, is like getting an invitation to a wedding or a party or baby shower or something like that. A business needs to advertise, and that's why you have different formats of who you're trying to reach. And if you're in business, you want to try to reach everybody. So setting up an ad budget, you need to be willing to designate so many dollars to different avenues of advertising. And then the next thing you do, you'll dedicate so much to print, so much to social media, so much to radio, if you can, so much to television. So it gives your business a fair chance to be successful with your radio or television or print campaign, and you're reaching a huge avenue of people, and you're not missing anybody. A lot of businesses, they won't advertise on certain things because they don't like what this particular media is doing. But that's not what it's about. It's about being successful in your business. Forget about your personal desires, but it's just the desire to make your business profitable. Now, if you want to advertise on the radio, then what you would do, you would call any of the account executives at Sunny 103 or Magic 102, and you get the ball rolling like that. An executive back before the pandemic would normally come out, meet with you, ask questions, and what are you trying to achieve with your advertisement, and go from there and set you up on that in that realm.
And do you offer assistance in helping do the recording?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. One of the other things that I've enjoyed speaking with you about is your political activism. What was your impression of this past election? Now that we're almost a month, or actually we are a month after the election, it just still doesn't seem settled yet, as they're still counting here and filing lawsuits there. But what's your feeling now that the dust has settled for the most part?
Well, from the state perspective, really disappointed that Jamie Harrison did not win. I think that was a surprise because a lot of money, a lot of campaign dollars was spent in South Carolina to try to make that happen. I think it's about $100 million to that aspect. But negative ads, to me, in my opinion, made that thing happen for Lindsey Graham. The negative ads. When you mentioned ads, I knew it was going to probably be trouble no matter what people said about in Jamie's ads about Lindsey Graham. When you go talking about Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and this state, then no matter what you might have been thinking 2 weeks ago, it kind of changes the perspective on things, the way people think. And we're talking about, there were a lot of Republicans who said they were tired of Lindsey, but they're more tired of Nancy and Chuck Schumer. So they just said, well, I'll just hold my nose and go on back with Lindsey.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my opinion on that one. Nationally, I really think that what was going on, what has been going on, and what is still going on, but I think the writing is on the wall, is the threat to our democracy. Never seen anything like it. It's not even good politics. To me, it's more like a dictatorship. I've done a lot of studying in politics from dictators and leaders in the communist world and all like that, and that is something those leaders do, not what's happening in this country now. And then to have one political party that's not even speaking up against what's going on, that's just, to me, is shameful.
Mm-hmm. Well, they say all politics is local, but we certainly have been laser focused on the national level. Coming back to local, there's going to be elections again in 2022. And many of these local positions we voted on back in a month ago, we're going to be voting on again. Do you have any advice for new candidates who want to take their shot at it, or even for us as a party on how we can better help those candidates?
I think after what happened in the House, because Republicans won 24 of the seats that I really think they didn't think they would win. The only thing I can say for the Democratic Party or a candidate, I'll say a candidate, if you're running on the Democratic banner, reinvent yourself. And when I say reinvent yourself, be in a position as a politician to be able to pull from the middle, the independents, to be able to pull from some Republicans who are dissatisfied. And that's what it's going to take. Another thing that's critical, and with Stacey Abrams, over in Georgia, that was just amazing what she did. Got to get on board and get people registered and get them excited. A candidate has to get the constituents excited about voting. If you can do that, you've got half the battle won. And to do that is not going with the same old. You have to have a message that's positive, a message that's achievable, a message that can be done. And once again, get your constituents and potential constituents or people who might be even considering voting for you, get them excited. So that would be my advice to any potential candidate thinking about 2022.
Has that ever been something you thought about doing yourself, running for a type of office?
Oh yeah. Dreamed of it back in the 80s. Yeah. Yeah, sure did.
No dream of 2022 in your future, huh?
Well, you never can tell. It's whatever God has planned in store for you. Your assignment, you don't know.
Oh, wonderful. Hey, thank you again for spending your time with us. You've been a very prominent figure during this last election cycle, believe it or not. Your name kept popping in the mouths of lots of people, and
Really? Okay.
yeah, and really wanted to get to know you a little bit better, and have our members get to know you and your station and your mission a little bit better as well. So,
Well,
thank you.
Bill,
Yes, sir.
I once said, I'm too old now. But look, President-elect Joe Biden, 78.
Mm-hmm.
So you're never too old to
So
get
you're
involved.
saying that you're thinking about going for president of the United States. I like that. I like that.
I'll let Kamala go first.
You can be her VP pick, Bill. How about that?
Oh, well, thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you.